Hello, welcome to Ephemera Files by Tommy, and I wanted to show you some of the other things that I am probably going to be using, most likely going to be using, in my journal that I am making for #J and C Fall 2022. This is a collaboration with Dear Julie and Kara Brendan Creations, and I will link to both of those in the drop box below. So I already showed you the kits that we will be using, and I will real quickly just go through those again. And I have gone through, and I also am using a lot of Dear Julie's botanicals. I think that they're called botanical bases and botanical ephemera, and I think that they all start with botanical. You can find those in her shop. I did not print all of them off because I don't think I'm going to use all of them. I only printed the ones that I think I will use. And so I'm going to flip through this real quick now too. And I think that was maybe half of what is included in Julie's kits. There are a lot of pages to choose from. I also went back through some of my digitals that I had from Kara, and this is a freebie from August 6th of last year, 2021. This one is another freebie, I think, but I don't have a date on it. This is from an Old Masters digital set that I have from somebody that I'll have to look up because I cannot remember who it was. This, I believe, is from Joanne, who is affiliated with Nevermore Creations. This is one of my digitals that I printed the following of my digitals on top of some of the Old Masters digitals kit that I have. This one is simply on parchment paper. Oh, and this is on the back. I don't know if it'll go or not. It may get covered up. And those are my digitals that I'll be using. And I'll be using all of them from the first set because that's a requirement of the collaboration. The others, I may or may not use all of them, and I may or may not pull others in. I have decided I like this gift bag. It says just married. I'm not going to use that tag, but I really like this gift bag and the ombre leaves floral design that it has. So I'm going to use that as part of the cover, along with this batik fabric. And I think the two just look lovely together. I'm bumping everything because that bag is so big. And then here are some other things that I have collected to use in the journal. I have a couple of coloring cards, and what's funny is it's from two different sets. It's the exact same picture in two different sizes. This is a piece of packaging from some mail. I have some music that I think fit the theme. I have a few washi tapes picked out. I may or may not use those. And a few fake ferns, fake fern leaves, I guess. I haven't dug through all of my die cuts. These are things I just happen to have up towards the top of things. And this is a pine cone from an eastern white pine, and a couple of pine cone die cuts. I have this, it's a number 0 or a letter O, and it's a sticker that I think, and it's plastic, but it looks like metal, and I think it'll be really cute on the cover. Along with this piece of bark that I found about a month ago, I think. I don't know, it was in one of my Thrifty Thursday videos because it was free, it was thrifty. I have this stencil that has leaves on it. It's actually 2 stencils so that you can get the main color and then an accent color on top of it. I've not used it yet, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. I have this embossing folder. And this embossing folder, this is a 3D Texture Fade by Tim Holtz. I haven't used it yet, so I'm curious to see how that works. It's super thick and super stiff, so I may have to work with it for a little bit. And then another thing I've never used, I have these letterpress plates that I got at Tuesday Morning for $2.99, and I have a bunch of them. Never used them. Matter of fact, I had to watch a video just a few minutes ago to see how to use them. And I think that I'm going to have to figure part of it out because I don't have a letterpress machine, but it looks an awful lot like a die cut machine. So I'll play with that. I have this oak leaf stamp that has an acorn on it. A lot of these mushroom stamps, I thought I had a pine cone stamp, but I can't find it. My granddaughter really likes to make art, and I've got a feeling that she has borrowed it and it's somewhere in the house. I have my ink brushes, and the inks that I've picked out, I've actually picked out 13 inks, not on purpose, but that's what I ended up with. And I'm going to work with Speckled Egg, Rustic Wilderness, Pine Needles, Forest Moss, let's see, Dried Marigold, Wild Honey, Rusty Hinge, Crackling Campfire and Aged Mahogany, Walnut Stain, Gathered Twigs, Brushed Corduroy, and Black Soot. And this one I'm just using the ink, not the oxide. And along with these, I will be digging for treasure in my scrap ribbons and yarns jar and my fabric scrap jar. Oh, that was hard to say. Fabric scrap jar. So I'm not sure what, if any, I'll use from those, but I do know that something in there will work. Thank you for joining me on this little peek at what I may and may not and definitely will be using in my journal that I make in conjunction with Dear Julie and Kara Brandon Creations, hashtag Cfall2022. And as always, be kind. Bye.